Oh, yeah, you are shameful.
I may have got some help on that one.
Well, we'll see. There's a long way to go, of course. He's got to stay out there.
Oh, it's guided away. And they're going to come back for a second. I do have to credit our wonderful staff on the truck for that last statistic, but I can give you the statistic. So far, 83 for 4, the Netherlands.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड.
Panchakanya steel.
DHI happier home. Today sahi.
So good, settling in. And not easy. He scored 36 in the first game, 20 and then a 90 yesterday against Scotland. One of the few players, just a handful, have managed to get the half century. We've not seen 100 so far today, or any of these days. That is swept up, it's in the air, there's an opportunity and it's dropped and it's knocked over the ropes. Bim Shakri on his T20 international debut had the chance and couldn't take it.
Well, we saw this when Scotland were playing yesterday. Every time someone tried to sweep into the long boundary, they came unstuck. But unfortunately for Nepal, that ball didn't stick. Very rare fielding error.
Off the legs it goes. I think they'll just stick and watch that go all the way to the boundary. It was a wide ball. So 4 wides.
He's just coming a little bit unstuck at the moment now. Sandeep Lamachani, change of ends for him. He did take a bit of tap from Michael Levitt earlier on, but just his line straying somewhat. Probably wouldn't mind trying to tempt another sweep.
He comes again, there's the reverse, and it's got through. And all the way to the boundary. This has been a terrific innings for the Dutch. 12 have come from it. The 51 partnership is up. Levitt 37. Sofakar has taken 9, and that 51 has come in just 20 balls.
Well, I said they wouldn't mind him sweeping to the long boundary, but that was a really great execution of the reverse. Picked that out. The ball's flying along the carpet.
Turned off the legs, there's no run there.
No, Michael Levitt is still on 69, but for me, this has been an even better innings from him. And we saw against Scotland, just the clean striking.
Again, finding where the gaps are. And Zulfikar moves into double figures. Oh, Levitt cuts that, just misses these own stumps. Crosses through for the single. They'll come through for a single again. Productive over for the Dutch. It's been a productive partnership. The Dutch one short of the century, 99 for 4 after 10.
धरहरा भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल, संसद भवन, वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट.
Grab a Mountain Dew, QR code scan गरी Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्. right with thrill, Mountain Dew.
Glorious day for cricket. Michael Levitt's enjoying it more than anybody, and he's the reason why that run rate is accelerating.
Zulfikar has been getting in on the action a bit, though, in that last over. Netherlands setting themselves up for a terrific score.
The 100 is up. So in terms of run rate, it's good, and in terms of recovery as well, they were 45 for 4. They're now 100 for 4.
Just conditions today. Whatever the Netherlands put up, you just feel that Nepal will be very confident that they can chase it down. It just doesn't seem to matter where the finish line is, how near or how far away it is. They find a way to get themselves there. Netherlands know this.
A rare cut and a miss from Michael Levitt.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last time he did play a miss. I actually can't think of any time in the innings.
Not today, definitely not today.
As I mentioned, it's just looked like he's seeing them so well. But, Rupesh Singh managing to foil him on that occasion.
Singing again, that was full, and it's smacked away. I think the wicket will come round and gather. There's a really quick scamper for 2. Good running, Zulfikar. Needed to be there. Already had 1 run out this afternoon.
Yeah, you could see them hunting. They ran the first one very hard to give themselves the best opportunity. So Kushal Burtel out there.
Levitt straight though to Dipendra Singh.
It's been a good over from Rupesh Singh because it was just getting a little bit chaotic. Levitt smashing it to all parts, and then Zulfikar getting in on the act as well. He's just pulled things back here. If he can keep it tight for another couple of balls, you would say, well, that's Nepal's over.
There's 1 for 10 in his first over. An awful lot tidier here. Michael Levitt just dipping to underneath where he'd like to be if he wants to get the highest T20 percentage of your team's score.
Yeah, those records, they're so hard to break because you really have to be in there the whole time. Yeah, and no one else is allowed to make a contribution, so it does often even out.
That is a lovely shot through the covers. Ben Sharkey is out there. Well, the Dutch have got a really good partnership going. How far can they take it? They're 105 for 4.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है।
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाट।
मेरो बाडुली कम्मरना सकै मेरो बाडुली कम्मरना सकै।
This home internet present Nation Kids Talent coming soon.
Nishani a tad more expensive than he's been used to being. And we'll see. As continuing from this Kirkcaldy Road end.
Now he's bowled that first over from the other end, and he made use of the short boundary.
And that's been cracked away as well. There's a man out there, so they will come through again.
So already Levitt, though, not being tempted to try and launch Lamachani into the leg side. He's got two fielders out in the deep on that leg side. Deep backward square, one at deep mid-wicket.
Comes up, hits that through, on to mid-on. Sandeep Lamachani has conceded more runs in 2.2 overs today than he has in his 8 overs in the previous 2 matches.
It's one of those things when he starts well, you think, gosh, it's a Sandeep Lamachani day. That other over, bowling from the other end, I'm not sure that was a right way.
Oh, he's gone. Stepped out, missed it completely, and he's stumped. And Zulfikar is the latest in a long line of Michael Levitt's partners to be sent back to the pavilion.
Yeah, the change in end has worked. And a good fight back from Sandeep Lamachani. Zulfikar came down the track. That was a terrific ball. He's turning away from the right-hander. And a relatively simple job for Asif Sheikh to remove the bails. It's still all about Michael Levitt as he looks for someone to go the distance.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
यसमा रागको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गजब हुन्थ्यो होला है बुढी
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुर रेटोल
Dorothy the work 63 from 33.
Just have a look at the turn that Sandeep gets. Beautifully done. Just beats the outside edge. He was so far down the track. He's got the headband back on too. It's on, it's off. We don't know.
Depends what's going to work for him. No. Michael Levitt says wait. The single is fine. And then over off the mark.
Most experienced player in the Netherlands lineup, Van der Merwe. He will know exactly what his job is, and that's to get his young teammate on a hot streak. It's actually Michael Levitt's birthday today. And wouldn't he love a century as a present?
He might earn a little night out in Glasgow after that. Bearing in mind it is the last fixture for the Dutch in this tri-series tournament. Well, that was not out the textbook.
This has been a good over from Lamachani. Not just the wicket, but also probing as well.
Been taken for 29 runs in 2, so this is a really good comeback. And again, that's just cut in behind. The single is taken, so Lamachani just redressing the balance somewhat. The break's been put on the Dutch for now. Levitt still on 77, it's 110.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याग 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित सनफ्लावर ओइल मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह नेपाल टॉपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
63, he'll be hoping that somebody can stick with him. 110 for 5 after 12. You could argue either way to say who's getting the better of this.
Well, Nepal are doing a great job in that they're taking wickets. It's just been one man.
Continues again. They're going to come back for the second. just couldn't hold on to Kushal Bertel.
He's saved a couple of runs though. Stop in the end. Levitt continuing to just keep the strike. He's only young too. It's his 22nd birthday today. I want to say 21 again.
That's turned away nicely off the legs. There's a man down there. It's rather full. Possibly didn't get that as he would have liked to have done.
I was talking to some people in the Dutch camp, and apparently he always celebrates his birthday. It's always on a tour, and so I'm sure, even though they're leaving tomorrow, I'm sure there might be some celebration for Michael Levitt on his 22nd birthday, but celebration will be much bigger if the Netherlands go on to win this. It's a long, long way away, though. There's some brilliant cricket today so far.
Precisely what Roland van der Merwe wanted to do. Firm shot and take the single.
See a few more fans filtering in behind there too. The flags have been such marvellous supporters, as they always are, the Nepal fans. So passionate about their team. Of course, there's talk about them trying to push to become a full member of the ICC. I think it's a no-brainer.
Talking no-brainers, that was a wide no-brainer in that. It's not often people come to a cricket ground in Scotland and think, where's the shade? There are one or two that have sought. Normally, you know, in and around the pavilions, a pretty popular place. Yep, nicely done. Arrived early, got the shade. Good tactics.
That doesn't seem very Scottish to me, because, or very British, I'm going to say.
Now that'll be taken just as a single. No, in this weather, we get the olive oil out. Cover yourself, get ready, bake.
That's what I mean. I'm always having to, when people come to Australia from Ireland or England or Scotland, Wales, I'm always having to say, whatever you do, put sunscreen on, put a shirt on. You come over here to this part of the country and it gets to, oh, it's 15 degrees and there's a sliver of sun. Next thing you know, if you're here in Scotland, everyone takes their shirts off.
Well, that's known colloquially as sun's out, taps off, which is a Glasgow thing. From Edinburgh, I'm always uncomfortable saying it as a phrase, but that is what it is known as. I was hoping we'd go to advert there, but we're not, so I'm going to have to explain even further. It is certainly the east coast of Scotland and the west coast of Scotland are two very different places.
Well, it certainly is. Even this Australian is definitely feeling the warmth today, and just not complaining about it, though, I might add.
It's been a good over. How will it end? Just tickled off the legs. Back down to deep square leg. Nicely taken. The Dutch are slowing down a little bit now. 9 per over. It's 117 for 5.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan गरी. Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्. Ride with thrill, Mountain Dew.
DHI Happier Home. Today sahay.
17 for 5. And it was all about the batting, and Michael Levitt fell 10 short of a century yesterday, but he's well positioned. 81 off 48 balls. He has slowed down a little bit, but it's still been an impressive innings so far. 6 fours, 5 sixes.
And not as many people on the pavilion steps today out there. They've taken cover, I've been told.
And he will field that himself.
Yeah, I really bowled 2 terrific overs early on. And, they've turned to the Tiger again. A wicket of Lion Cachet.
Single taken. I think that's the better decision. Just keep Michael Levitt fed with as many balls coming his way as possible. So Nepal just starting to put the brakes on the Dutch, which will aid them in their chase.
Well, they've built a really solid platform as we see them take another 2. I'll get back quite comfortably in the end. And normally you would say, you know, around 12, 13 overs, you'd be thinking they are eyeing a total up around 200, but they've lost the 5 wickets. I imagine they will just keep going though. Michael Levitt on a hot streak. He has slowed down a little bit, but I almost expect that will happen at some point as the Nepal bowlers try to push back. Harry certainly has been very tight so far.
198 yesterday. Might fancy their chances as that comes too long on.
And does just take someone staying with Levitt. I just think this has been a terrific innings from him today.
Well, they reached 146 yesterday after 14 and slowed down. They've been slowed down a little bit here.
Well, he's going at a similar rate. His 90 came off 57 balls. And it's 84 off 50 now. Oh, Irie was almost in again. That is a terrific over from Dipendra Singh Irie. You know it's going to be as well. 14 gone, it's 125 for 5.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
सनफ्लावर ओइल मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद
पञ्चकन्या बाथवेयर लग्जरी मेड अफोर्डेबल
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाट
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
Able to be looking to set a good old tally for Nepal to chase, and if you're a neutral, you probably want the Dutch to score as high as possible, because I'd love to see this Nepalese side come out and really have a go. Bounced in, cut away.
Was not too far away from Rupesh Singh. Just have a look at this one again. Tried to slap it away. It was in the air. I wouldn't call that a chance. Brilliant work again. You just got to be so careful. It's been a really entertaining match so far today from both sides.
Reaches out to stroke that away. Well, it's been a while since Michael Levitt has found his way to the boundary. I mentioned he has slowed down somewhat. Also worth pointing out, it is really hot out there, and he's been out for well over an hour. But if they were to get 8 and over, we'll be looking at about 172. So that's the ballpark in which they want to play. He stepped up, and that's in the air. There's an opportunity, and he does go this time. Nicely taken, Padel out in the deep. He tried to thrash it. I mentioned it had been a while, perhaps getting a tad frustrated, and that is a big, big wicket for Nepal to take.
Really good comeback from Nepal, and he's furious. He knows he's missed out on a ton again, but they bottled him up. And he ended up trying to hit the ball to the longest part of the ground. Rohit Podol, well, he's not gonna miss out on those. And so it's been very entertaining, wonderful innings from Michael Levitt. And it does come to an end. Back-to-back games, he's produced some brilliantly
नेपाल टप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
त्यसमा रागको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गच्चा बन्थ्यो होला बुढी
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुर रेटोल
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
What's interesting to see what he can do here today. His brother Kyle also in the squad. He was 21 not out against Scotland yesterday.
He's recovered from a meniscus, a torn meniscus. He hasn't played since late last year. There's Klein. Says he feels good now. He's hoping. He bowls. He's always bowled seam, and he ended up coming back after a bunch of stress fractures in his lower back, and he was bowling off spin. But I think he's almost at the stage where it's fully healed, and so we might see him bowling seam again soon, which is good news for the Netherlands because they have an issue with injured seamers.
Off the mark immediately. Well, Roland van der Merwe and Ryan Klein are now going to try and guide the Dutch. Well, just 31 runs in the last 5 overs. That's how much they've dipped. The run rate's down to 8.73. It was up to about 10.5 at one point.
Yeah, they've done such a good job of pulling that back. I think they were the right ends for their bowlers as well.
Casey from the Meldrum Gardens end here at Titwood, holds it in. That's just guided away down to third man covering.
So just a little period of consolidation here. I don't think it'll last too much longer. Spera want to get on with that, Klein and van der Merwe.
It's gone. Picked up an edge, played through it and caught behind again. He's been a busy boy behind the stumps, as Asif Sheikh, but he's caught everything that's come his way, and Karen KC sends another man back.
Well, Karen Casey right in on the action. 2 wickets in the over, gets rid of Levitt, then gets a thick edge from Klein. Can always guarantee he's going to have some say in a match.
नेपाल टप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
त्यसमा रागको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गच्चा बन्थ्यो होला बुढी
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुर रेटोल
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
नेपाल टप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठीक ठाक।
स्वदेशमै विश्व स्तरीय शिक्षा वर्ल्ड क्लास एजुकेसन इन द होमल्यान्ड पेन्टागन एउटा अग्रगण्य संस्थाको रूपमा अगाडि जाओस्।
To be back in, took some tap early, but Levitt no longer there.
Just turn around the corner. Well, the Dutch be interested to see exactly how deep their tail goes. 7 down, you don't want to not use out the full 20, but you don't want to be too timid either. That was in the air momentarily. I mean, the latest dive towards a catch I've seen so far, but again, it's good bowling and always with a smile.
Yeah, still 4.4 overs remaining. So they've got a little bit of time, a couple of balls to get themselves in there. But I mean, Van der Merwe, he's going at a run a ball. 11 off 11. If we just have another look at that one, it was in the air. There was no chance of Lamachani getting into that as he cartwheels around.
No, there certainly wasn't a chance. There's